Welcome to Musicals, Voice Types and Texture, and we're going to do a lot of revision on texture. First, I want to ask you, what three textures can you hear in this extract and in what order? Okay. Pause first and write some answers down. Try and be as detailed as possible. Remember, it's not the same all the way through. Let's have a look at the answers. Okay, the first part is monophonic in the vocals, but because there's an accompaniment, actually it's probably better to call it homophonic with melody and accompaniment. It depends whether the question asks you to describe the whole piece or just the vocals. Second bit is homophonic, and that is chordal. It's still got that accompaniment in the instruments. And then there's a polyphonic section after in canon, where one part enters and the second one comes in. Okay. Right, for the rest of this lesson, what we're actually going to do is look at your online dictionary and complete looking at voices and the vocal techniques. So the tick is next to soprano, alto, tenor, bass. Those voice types we've already done. But if you've forgotten them, all you need to do is go to the online dictionary GCSE Educast playlist, which is also on Musicking Things. Today we're going to do numbers 186 to 195. So 186, backing vocals, as you might guess, the voices which accompany the main singer, and lead vocals is the main solo singer. These words are mainly used in popular music styles. Let's have a listen to one example of backing vocals and the lead vocalist. And what voice types does the lead singer and the backing singers have? Write that down and answer that question. The answer will be altos and soprano voices. The main singer, Aretha Franklin, has a very high voice, so she's probably a soprano, and the other vocalists will be a mix of different voice types. Right, a chorus. So a lot of the time we talk about choruses being part of a song structure, but actually it's got another meaning as well, which is totally different and unrelated. It means a large vocal group, a large vocal ensemble, which is a word that's used in opera and musicals. Let's hear an example.
Will you take your place with me? The time is now, the day is here.
Try those questions as well. On the right hand side, I'll give you a second, pause it if you want some time to write. Okay, so what voice types did you hear in the chorus? Well, they've pretty much got all of the voice types in there. If you wrote soprano, alto, tenor and bass, you'd get the marks there. The vibrato is that kind of wobbling sound as well in the voices. Let's look at the next word. A cappella. Make sure you're writing these definitions down. That just means just voices and no instruments. Let's hear an example of that.
Do you ever feel already very deep?
Sorry, that was a bit loud. Sometimes an a cappella kind of arrangement like this has an auto-tune sound, and that's because even though he will have recorded everything in himself, he'll have put effects on it, and he'll have put lots of different effects on as well to make the sound a little bit different. But it is only vocals that's made that. Let's have another listen to an a cappella group.
Asking about a sky, I know I give it to you once.
Okay, this group has got a beatboxer in, and think again about the different vocal types in this group. See if you can list them. Okay, so another question here for you. Is this in a major or minor key?
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have...
Well, we've all sung that, so hopefully you know that it's in a major key. Okay, quick quiz. Number 1, what's the highest female voice? Number 2, what is the name for without instruments? What's that word? And 3, what is a chorus? Write that down now. Okay, the answers are coming up. Make sure you've paused and written it down. Okay, answers. Highest female voice is a soprano. What's the name for without instruments? That's a cappella. And what is a chorus? Well, we know that a chorus is a section of a song, but it can also mean a big group of backing singers in a musical or in an opera. All right, let's carry on with our vocal techniques. That's self-explanatory. Humming is what you'd expect. What about this question? What beats are the claps on? Try and write it down. Okay, they're on beats 2 and 4. So listen again and hopefully you'll be able to hear that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. This is scat. This is found in jazz and blues. It's a really good indicator that you're listening to jazz or blues, mostly jazz, if you can hear singing like this. So it can sound quite silly when you first hear it, but it was a style that's really, really common in vocal jazz music. Okay, these are 2 really important words that I've mentioned before, but just to remind you, melismatic means more than 1 pitch per syllable. So it's kind of when you stretch out, you put multiple pitches when it's just one sound. So it's like this, like ah. So if I went 1 rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separated out is syllabic because there's 1 pitch per syllable. Let's have a look at some more examples. It's very like slurring if you've ever played an instrument where you have to join the notes together, but there's multiple pitches. And this is syllabic. Each word only has 1 pitch on it.
Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favourite things.
Okay, a lot of the songs that we listen to are actually syllabic, and you'll find that every so often there's a word that might have 2 pitches on a syllable, or it might have 3 or 4 pitches on a syllable. Some singers are more confident singing very melismatic music than others. Melismatic music tends to be slightly harder to sing than syllabic music. Vibrato makes the pitch sound like it's wobbling. Falsetto, we've talked about this before, but it's that kind of soft, high male singing. Justin Timberlake has got a tenor voice, but he also sings in falsetto, and falsetto is different from just singing in your normal tenor voice.
Don't have to say what you did. I already know.
You can hear his normal tenor voice doing the kind of the background line, the kind of response, whereas his falsetto voice is doing the first line.
Don't have to say what you did. I already know.
Okay, belt is where you're singing in a chest voice, but you're singing quite high, really common in pop music. I've got some other questions for you as well while you're listening to this. Okay, so what's the name for a key change, which is this song, Love on Top, has loads and loads of key changes. The answer is modulation. And second question, how many times does she change key in this song? Well, you'll have to go and listen to the whole song, Love on Top, and try and work that one out. Okay. I don't think I need to tell you what rap is, but it might come up in your exam. Okay, quick quiz. Number 1, how would you describe vibrato? Number 2, which instrument's voices cannot do vibrato. Number 3, give me an example of a line from a song which is syllabic. And 4, give me an example of a line from a song which is melismatic. Answers are coming up, so pause and make sure you have written down all of the questions and answers. Okay. Answers. Number 1, vibrato is a wobbling sound. That's how I describe it. Well, a piano can't vibrato, and lots of percussion instruments that use mallets or sticks to play them can't do vibrato either. All voices can do vibrato, although it takes some practice. Number 3, a song which is syllabic. Okay, Mary Had a Little Lamb is syllabic, but pretty much most songs will have syllabic sections, and a lot of pop songs are mostly syllabic. So have a think about how many examples you can think of in the next 10 seconds, and you'll probably have quite a long list. Melismatic, if you listen to the Jackson 5's Who's Loving You, the word when is very melismatic. Okay, right, I would like you to complete a slightly longer question with five questions, and the last one is a tiny bit longer, so really try to put as many texture words as you can in this. I'm not going to give you the answers for this. I want you to write it out at the very end of your notes from this lesson, and please take a photo of all of your notes and this and hand it in to me at the end. Let's have a listen. We're going to hear it just once, but you can rewind and listen to it as many times as you want.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife. In 525,600 minutes, how do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to plan, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In true.
Okay, everyone, well done. You can get some bonus points on those questions by describing the texture all the way through the song and kind of testing yourself to see if you could do that in an exam. And extra points go to being able to get the voice types right in that extract. Extra points go to being able to identify the right phonic word for each section as well. Okay, thank you very much. Make sure you've completed your note-taking sheet. Re-watch the show again if you need to take any more notes. Okay, thank you very much. Check back soon for your next lesson.